Injuries of the self-inflicted variety are often the most painful. Self-destruction is exactly what the Springfield Metropolitans are up to on this episode of The Road to the Bell. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance Berger. Welcome back to RBI Baseball. It's the 2021 version of the 1988 Classic, as seen here in the Grip and Rip Baseball League. My squad, the Springfield Metropolitans, have improved to 3 wins against no defeats. But we've got issues. As you can see, 16-8 was the final score in our last game against the Branson Showmen. We gave up 3 home runs. We gave up 4 doubles. We struck out 10 times. I said to the Mets manager, Brock Chaffin, Brock, some things have got to change. It took us 3.5 hours, it felt like, to play our last game. We don't play that kind of baseball. That's not Springfield Metropolitans baseball. And Brock said, well, yes, it is. We won the game, didn't we? So we've got some front office disagreements to iron out on this episode as we head into the Queen's Derby. We are going to be playing the number 1 team in the Grip and Rip Baseball League, the real-life 2021 champion, Moon City Mavericks. As usual, I will be the visiting team on the scoreboard. Adversity strikes already when one of my pitchers, Ben Van Gorp, doesn't even bother to show up. No matter. The plan was always to start the right-hander Skylar Hinson all the way. So we are going to go with the righty Skylar Hinson. Thank goodness that he and catcher Troy McPherson went out to the bullpen to go get warmed up. They were out in the pen throwing out in left field, and they missed the argument that unfolded in the Springfield Metropolitans dugout. I said, guys, we need to play a good game, a fast game, a crisp game. We can't have another one of those 16-8 slop fests. And some of the boys took that personally. How personally, you ask? Well, Jared Yarberry went up and said, fine, we'll do it your way. And he refused to swing the bat. He watched as Devin Braswell threw, and he struck out looking. Kyle Pointer thought, hey, I can buy into this offensive shutdown as well. We're going to teach our general manager, Rance Berger, a little lesson. Brock Chaffin took that to heart as well. He watched as Braswell fired pitches, keeping the bat on his shoulder. It is as if the offense was on strike and Devin Braswell threw strikes. Chaffin and I had a blow-up in the dugout that resulted in him packing up all 3 of his duffel bags of catcher's equipment, 2 cases of baseball bats, and an entire collapsible wagon full of snacks. He took our food, and he went home. Now, thankfully, Skylar Hinson had been out into the bullpen getting loose, as I said, so he missed the entire blow-up. He didn't even know that Brock Chaffin was gone as Troy McPherson went out into the field to be our starting catcher in this game against the Moon City Mavericks. So to recap, Chaffin, gone. Van Gorp, gone. Skylar Hinson, waiting to throw the first pitch to Nick Bacon, and we are up against it. The Mets dugout, meanwhile, in shambles. I sit there wondering, is anybody going to play some defense? What is going to happen if a ball goes into play? It's going to be up to Skylar Hinson to pitch the game of his life today against Moon City. First pitch to Nick Bacon looked like a promising slider that got him to chase. The problem with Brock Chaffin leaving is we don't have any snacks in our dugout, so that means no goldfish crackers, no fruit roll-ups, no individually wrapped sandwich cookies, which means we can't bribe the umpires. It's going to be tough for us to get calls today. This is a true story. There is a certain umpire, a member of the Mid-America Umpires Union, who has a well-known affinity for the vanilla or golden variety of a certain brand of sandwich cookie. And he is known to receive a couple of those at the end of each inning, just as a nice reminder to keep it firm and fair. We could not bribe the umpire. But thankfully, Troy McPherson was not part of all of the infighting, so he gets it going with a double, and maybe things are going to look up. Here's Justin Parker. Longtime veteran of the league, I was able to convince him to remain with the club after some of his teammates decided to mutiny and leave. But make no mistake, I'm going to need veteran leadership today if we're going to have any chance of beating Daniel England's Moon City Mavericks. Logan Prock fouls one off. Devin Braswell, very dangerous starting pitcher. That is his real ERA from 2021, just 1.77. He did that as a rookie. And did we mention the Moon City Mavericks defense is very good? That's Zach Ralph making the play at third base. I told the guys, swing at everything. We still need to play a fast and crisp game. Chandler Maples certainly taking that to heart as he fouls off strike two and then chased one that was up in his eyeballs. We stay scoreless going to the second. It's the meaty part of the order, the rookie catcher Cole Hazelhorst. And there you see it. We cannot have that kind of output from Henson today. We need to paint corners. He needs to be efficient. We can't work into these 3-1 counts. I don't have Ben Van Gorp to come out of the pen, so I need Henson to go deep into this game. I've got Mark Hudson, and I've got Kyle Pointer waiting in the wings. However, back to that snack situation. I knew that the guys would get rowdy if we didn't have any food, so I took all of the cash that I had in my wallet. I handed it to Kyle Pointer. I said, Kyle, you're not up to bat for a while. Why don't you go take this money and get some donuts? Off he went. And we are waiting for Kyle Pointer to come back with donuts. We're also waiting to try to get some offense going as Colin Barker fouls one off there. Braswell really dialed in here. He is not giving us very much of anything to work with. So to recap, the guys are discontent, hungry, and experiencing some philosophical differences, you could say, with the way that the Springfield Metropolitans operate. That is just not a good recipe for success against a ball club the caliber of the Moon City Mavericks. Fly out to left, no problem for Tyler Jones, and another goose egg goes on the board. Skylar Henson, yeah. If we would have been able to bribe the umpire with a cookie, we would have gotten that call. Instead, he had to pitch from behind, but give Skylar some credit. The old Marionville Comet bounces back with a slider. I don't really tell the catchers on this team what to do, but I did pull Troy McPherson aside at the changeover and say, we need to throw a lot of junk. Junk is the ticket that's going to get us out of here. Now, in RBI baseball, you can throw it pretty far inside. It is possible to plunk somebody, as Braswell dribbles one. Yeah, he's just too fast. Really no chance for our shortstop to have much of an opportunity to get anything done there. That's nothing against Jared Yarberry. He did his job. It's just Braswell was too quick. Kyle Pointer is still not back with my money or with the donuts. I've got no choice but to take him out of the lineup and put in Clint Blackwell. So to recap, that is now no Van Gorp, no Chaffin, no Pointer. 3 of the best players on the Springfield Metropolitans are out of this game. I put Jeremy Colonia into the lineup for Chaffin, who took his wagon and went home. And maybe that will pay dividends. Colonia hit one off the wall. The problem is it screamed out there so fast. He wasn't able to advance up and take any extra bases. And then Troy McPherson flies out. Nice hustle by Nick Bacon coming in. And so the Mavericks defense holding pretty well. Justin Parker chases one way in. Got a hold of that, but it's no problem for Braswell. And another scoreless inning. We go from scoring 8 runs in a single inning to absolutely nothing in the way of offense. Matt Spangler dribbles one. Nice job by Clint Blackwell, seeing his first decent action of this campaign. Always felt like Clint's a pretty solid defensive second baseman. Just got a league full of those guys. That's a popular spot for platooning in the Grip and Rip League. And there's Jacob Carlson with the extra base hit. You just can't afford to give up too many of those against the Mavericks. And it's not that Henson made a bad pitch. It's just that Carlson did a great job of jumping on one. Comes back with the slider to get Cole Hazelhurst. We're going to try to make Zach Ralph chase. And chase he does 3 times. That is now 11 strikeouts in 4 innings for Skylar Henson. And that's just what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to be a big boy. Moon City Mavericks go to the pen. This is Jacob Smith from Crane, Missouri, throwing to Logan Prock. Jay Smith. Another good pitcher for the Mavs. It just does not get easy to find offense against this club. And oh yeah, they've got the MVP, Clay Murphy, waiting in the wings for later in the game. Chandler Maples able to get on base. He's having himself a pretty nice season, but can we capitalize? Can we string anything together? Not like that. If Colin Barker bunts again, I will bench him for the rest of the season. I don't care how shorthanded we are. That one does not have the distance. It's a nice play by the Moon City second baseman Spangler. Skylar Henson then dribbles a double play ball to short. No problem for Clay Murphy there. And once again, we end an inning scoreless. This is the ever so dangerous Tyler Jones. I work the outside. I come back in. I tie him up, and down on strikes goes TJ. He always said he hated facing Skylar Henson, and you can see why with action like that. Back-to-back Ks now. If Henson can strike out the side, that will definitely solidify my decision to leave him in as this game goes on. Yes, he does. We're up to 14 strikeouts. We are going to stick with Henson. Yarberry, meanwhile, he was part of that offense that went on strike in the first inning. At least he's swinging his bat now, but it's a fly out to Jacob Carlson. Doing nothing to help solve our dilemma. How about Clint Blackwell making the most of an opportunity, getting on with a single there? The trick for us is going to be stringing something together. With the way Henson is pitching, I feel like it may just take one run to be the difference in this baseball game. I never thought I'd say that with the Springfield Mets. T-Mac grounds out, but does. Never mind. That's the third out. Ugh, it just keeps getting worse. Henson pitching to Jacob Smith. Jammed him inside. Home run in an elevator shaft. But that is the first out. Back to the top of the order goes Moon City. As we sit scoreless in the 6th, I can't believe I complained about scoring so many runs in the previous game. I am such an idiot. Big game Nick Bacon continues to hit when it matters. He had 2 hits in real life in the GRBL 2021 championship game. Saved some of his best offense for the playoffs, did Nick Bacon, with 4 hits over 2 games. Acting like this one has playoff implications. Jacob Carlson doubled last time up, but that time chased the slider, and so we get out of the inning. 16 strikeouts and counting now for Skylar Henson. Justin Parker sends one into left. Okay, we've been here before. Runner on, nobody out. Logan Prock barely avoids the double play. It's just been that kind of a day for the Springfield Metropolitans. Fly ball on the infield. Not getting it done. Can Colin Barker get one into the outfield? Yes, he will. That gets to the wall. I am going to send the runner here. Barker taken off for third, and we score. We are on the board. Dr. Colin Barker, Ph.D., you beautiful, beautiful math professor. An RBI triple, and we take a 1-0 lead. That might just be the difference between winning and losing today. Can we hang on? Cole Hazelhurst looks at one way outside. I have to wonder, is Skylar Henson starting to wear? Pitchers do not normally go this far in GRBL games, but I'm asking big things of him today as he gets Cole Hazelhorst to strike out. Again, we didn't bribe the referee with a vanilla sandwich cookie, and so we're not going to get that outside corner against Zach Ralph. It's just not there. He will chase the off-speed stuff, however, twice in succession. The ever so dangerous Tyler Jones. But you know what? He hates facing Skylar Hinson. That ball is gone. And that'll make it a 1-1 ball game. It's just been that kind of day. And for the first time in 7 innings, the Springfield Metropolitans are united in something, and that is stunned silence in the dugout. So not only are we tied, but Moon City just brought in its best pitcher. 20 scoreless innings in 2021 for Clay Murphy. There was a different occupant in the White House the last time he gave up an earned run. But we are able to get a triple, so perhaps all of our hope is not lost. Yeah, send the runner. Why not? Clint Blackwell. A triple with a throwing error, taking advantage of some of the sloppy fielding decisions that come with playing RBI baseball circa 1987. And with one swing of the bat and 360 feet of running, Angry Clint has put us back out in front. Okay, we can do this. 2-1. Let's hold the lead this time. Jerry Kelly bats for Moon City. Skylar Hinson gamely staying in there. I am not sure what, if any, kind of arm he has left. Moon City again going to the bench. This is B.J. Gates, the left-hander. It was a lefty that got us last time. So this time, my battery of Hinson and McPherson being very careful. Gates chases that front door slider, then he chases the fastball out. We're going to run one way back in, and he couldn't lay off. Just clinging to this 2-1 lead at all costs. Desperation time for the Springfield Metropolitans. With everything we've been through, we are somehow, some way, clinging to a 1-run lead right now, headed to the 9th. For whatever reason, the CPU is going to bring in Hunter Altick in relief of Clay Murphy. I do not know what they're thinking. Nothing against Hunter Altick. It's just that Clay Murphy pitched so well. But maybe video game Daniel England thinks that Hunter Altick is the next coming of Fernando Valenzuela. I do not know. He gets a big strikeout of Justin Parker. Maybe this is a smarter move than I give it credit for. That is long, way back. Foul. Nothing but a loud strike for Logan Prock. And then a strikeout. So Altick, the trial attorney, looking sharp, trying to get Moon City back into this game. A slow trickler into left field. Puts a runner on once again for Barker. He's got a triple and an RBI in this game. Can we get an No. All right, we will head to the 9th. Do I stick with Skylar Hinson? Yes, I think I've got to. Here's Matt Spangler. We just need 3 outs, boys. We just need 3 outs. You know, if we can just keep it together for 3 more outs, we can solve all of the conflicts that we are experiencing in our dugout. All of this internal fighting can all be solved, but right now, let's just win the game. Jacob Carlson gets a Texas leaguer out into right field, and he is on for Cole Hazelhorst. Just 1 out and a man in scoring position. That doesn't bode well, but I've got faith that Skylar Hinson can get it done against Cole Hazelhorst. Now 2 outs. Moon City is down to its last out in the bottom of the ninth, and Zach Ralph puts this one up. Should be no trouble for my right fielder. Colin Barker dropped the ball, and we're tied. And Tyler Jones is batting for Moon City. He has homered off of Skylar Hinson already in this game. We are tied. We were one strike away, and now we move to extras. I'm going to let Skylar Hinson bat. I think I have to. I've got to just leave him in there. He's thrown more than 100 pitches. I don't know that he has an arm left dangling off of his right shoulder, but I don't care. Kyle Pointer, gone. Ben Van Gorp, gone. The only man I have in my bullpen is Mark Hudson. And nothing against Mark Hudson, but I'm just not ready to go to him yet. Jared Yarberry, no, denied. I thought maybe that would drop. Here's Clint Blackwell. He's been the hero once today. Can he do it again? Facing Altic. It's a grounder to short, and they almost turned two. Can Colonia be the hero? That's way up there. It's going back. Oh no, Tyler Jones camping out. And we're done. Oh, this is not good. So Skylar Hinson, he's the starter, going out there to pitch in the 10th, 2-2. Is there any strike zone left for the old Marionville Comet? Yes, there is. Justin Loudon down swinging. All right, we're back into this thing. Moon City is going to re-enter Clay Murphy, who looks at one. Crafty hitter, this man. But Skylar Hinson throwing every piece of junk he can think of toward home plate. Moon City has to leave Hunter Altic into the game. He's the last pitcher they've got. So at least I know they won't be pulling any funny stuff. At least there's that. To the 11th inning we go. 28 strikeouts and counting for Skylar Hinson. But we've got bigger fish to fry. We need to get a run across somehow, some way. The longer this goes, the more it favors the Mavericks. But Hunter Altic is suddenly unhittable. That sinker just turning me inside out. That was a beautiful pitch. Just nothing I could have done about that. Nothing my man Justin Parker could have done. Here's Logan Prock and a line out. So we hit it hard, but we hit it right at somebody. We're going to send Hinson out for the 11th, because why not? Trying to let him finish what he started. Nick Bacon. Why do I pitch to this man? I mean, the batting average isn't that good, but it's ridiculous. It's big game Bacon in the playoffs. He represents the winning run, and he is on. Moon City trying to walk it off. We get Spangler on strikes. Still one out. Now 2 outs as Jacob Carlson. I don't know what he was thinking. That was certainly not one to swing at. Hazelhorst declining to reach out that far, but he does bite on a pitch just off the plate, and we get out of the inning somehow. 31 strikeouts for Skylar Hinson in this game. That is more than he got in the entire 2021 season. We have to finish this here. Chandler Maples. Yes. No. Caught by Tyler Jones in left field. Can Colin Barker rise to the occasion? That's looking good. Down the left field line. That's going to go into the dead zone. We're going to send him. Is he going to go for third? Yes. This is very good. 1 out. I am going to finally lift Skylar Hinson from this game. He's pitched 11 innings. I'm going to go to Brandon Coulter. And that means we're going to get Mark Hudson up in the bullpen to come in and hopefully close out something special in the 12th and maybe continue on into the night. I don't know what happened there. That was total user error on my part with Coulter, but then the Metropolitans deliver. Jared Yarberry. He went from almost quitting in the first inning to being a hero in the 12th. The Starberry drives home the go-ahead run. And with 2 outs, Clint Blackwell at the plate. We're going for some insurance at this point. And yes, Clint Blackwell puts a quarter into the carousel. First and third for Colonia. Boy, an insurance run would just be tremendous if we can get it. Because, we've had 1-run leads twice in this game, and they've just not been safe. Not with the amount of dissension going on within this Metropolitans club. 2 strikes to Colonia. Get through. Oh, it got through. Jeremy Colonia drives in 1 insurance run. Full send. We're going to make it 5-2. A 2 RBI shot by Colonia. Thought about going all the way. Ended up pulling up and going back to third. T-Mac Troy McPherson. I have never been so happy to have an onslaught of scoring like this. And now it all rests on the right arm of 35-year-old Mark Hudson. All we need you to do is pitch smart and get 3 outs. And he's got a little bit of a cushion to work with, which makes me feel a little bit better. Kyle Pointer went out to get donuts in the second inning and never came back. Skylar Hinson threw more than 100 pitches through 11 innings of work. I mean, he may not come back this season. I absolutely used him up. Brilliant job there by Hudson pitching to Tyler Jones. And now with 2 outs, if he can just get Justin Loudon, we will pull off the improbable. The Springfield Metropolitans are winners. 5-2 in 12 innings. It was a victory, but a Pyrrhic victory. The dugout is in shambles. I'm missing 3 of my best players. What can happen? Can we get it together? Find out next time on this GRBL Road to the Bell.